Have you ever wondered how your teen would react if you presented them with a responsibility contract to sign? The answer might really surprise you. Are you concerned whether your teen or teens are living up to their full potential? Hi, I'm Dr. Kim, the author of Let's Build Extraordinary Youth Together and the founder of Abby's Purple Winged Angels Foundation. Today, my guest is Dwayne Hartman, a senior in high school, and he's going to share with us what he learned and what he does to make certain that every day, no matter what he's doing, he is focused on doing his very best in life so that he can reach his full potential. Okay, so today on Extraordinary Youth TV, I am interviewing a young man that I've had the pleasure of spending some time with at a workshop. But he is the young man who, on a previous interview, his mother shared with us that they had drawn up a contract together so that he would be able to freely have his cell phone and take it with him to the other parent's house, and he was going to take responsibility if anything happened to that cell phone. The first thing I want to ask you is to introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Dwayne Hartman.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and his nickname is Junior, so sometimes you're going to catch me maybe calling him Junior. So Dwayne, the first thing I want you to tell me just briefly is how did you feel about that contract? How did you feel when your mom came to you and presented that idea of a contract?
I mean, it kind of, at first I was like, are you serious? Like, I was kind of surprised by it. Like, I kind of thought like she was joking, but then in my head, I was like, well, if it means I get to take it, then
take your phone.
Yeah, then so be it, because like I know I'll be able to take care of it, and if it comforts her, then all right.
So you were concerned about your mom's fears. You were able to really, I know that wanting to take it was one thing, but it sounds like you were able to really understand her fears. That mattered to you.
Yeah, like I understood where she was coming from, but at the same time, I knew that I could take care of it. I knew that I could be responsible for it. So
okay, so you signed the contract.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's done, and I now want to talk to you about. I did a workshop for a group that you belong to called We Are Game. And in that workshop, we talked about the importance of young people choosing their values and beliefs and then using those in their everyday lives. So I was really impressed with your group. You spoke for your group and you actually really thought pretty deeply through the scenario that I gave you. And you picked some values that you were going to use, or we also call them virtues, or some people refer to them as character values. And since that time, have you been using those in your everyday life? And first, go ahead and tell us what the virtues or character values were that you chose for yourself.
The values or virtues that our group picked was determination, helpfulness, and responsibility.
Okay.
And I have been using them in everyday life because for me, I have practice at 5 a.m, so that does take determination to get there, to want to get better, or determination to study for school coming up, or determination to just do better in like anything that I'm doing, because I'm real competitive. As far as the responsibility, like how we were talking about earlier, like my phone, or taking responsibility for certain jobs at practice or certain things around the house, like chores and stuff like that. And then helpfulness, always helping whenever someone needs it, like at practice, if a teammate is a little bit slower that day, help them out, bring them up, or help around the house, even though it's not your chore, even though it's like my brother's chore or something, stuff like that. Yeah, that's how I use the virtues to kind of keep me grounded.
So what would you say, is that what you would say is the biggest difference that you're experiencing right now, that by paying attention to your virtues on a daily basis, it's keeping you grounded and keeping you connected to them?
Yeah, because in my mind, it keeps me grounded, humble, because doing all like the small things, the attention to detail is what I think matters a lot.
So is it helping you? So when we talk about self-regulation is, by the way, one of the greatest skills a person can have, because it allows you to stop and examine your own thoughts and possibilities of, different outcomes depending on your decisions and behaviors. And one of the things I noticed, so I don't think that you're a young man that has a problem with this, because from what I noticed at the workshops, you were very, you really paid attention, and you were really involved in everything we were really doing, right, in all the workshops. So sometimes some young people have a very difficult time self-regulating, meaning, stopping and thinking. And so in your situation, I think you already kind of have that. But I like that you're sharing that if you're having basically more information to use that's connected to your personal values in order to think about situations and your behaviors and what you're going to do. So I think you just have more to work with. Is that what you would say? Because I certainly don't see you as a person that can't, you're not impulsive. You're not, people that are really impulsive, they're not self-regulating. And so one of the things when I ask them to use their virtues, I'm hoping that they start practicing and using something over and over again so that they can stop and think about what they're doing, because that's like the habit, that's building the habit of self-regulation. So it sounds to me that you're just having more information to guide you in a better way. You really didn't have a problem with self-regulation.
Yeah. Anytime like I'm doing stuff, I mean, not all the time, but obviously trying to think about how something's going to affect something else. Like at practice, like how is it going to be affected if I maybe kick a ball a certain way or something like that, like for the team, or if I like tomorrow, if I need to leave a little bit early for other stuff, how is it going to affect my team? How do I work with it? But then of course there's other times where like, you just kind of go on action and you don't have that time to think about it,
Right. Well, that's right. And obviously the point of using virtues and paying attention is that eventually it's going to be so much a part of you that you don't have to stop and think about it, because you're just going to be behaving that way, because your thinking habits drive your behaviors. And when you're always behaving in a certain way, it's just going to keep happening more and more, and you don't have to think about it as much. But you're right. I mean, we can't stop every minute and think about, okay, wait a minute, I want to get something to eat this morning, but how is that? What virtue is that? Right? I'm going to be kind to myself. Right? So yeah, we don't have to overuse it. Okay, Dwayne, well, I appreciate you spending time with us, and I look forward to talking to you more and finding out how it's going down the road. Maybe about 6 months from now, you'd be willing to do another interview so that the audience can follow up and see how you're doing, or see if you say, I hate those virtues, I'm never going to use it. Okay, so thank you.
Of course.
Okay, Extraordinary Youth.